What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to JBuck Studios, your home for reviews, reactions, and of course, ridiculousness. And of course, you clicked on this because we're talking about the latest upcoming Disney Plus MCU series. It's been far too long since the last one, and obviously, it's Loki. Loki, the god of mischief, steps out of his brother's shadow to embark on an adventure that takes him beyond this world. So is Loki getting us back into the MCU for the next, 6 weeks that you're gonna stay up till 2 a.m.? Let's find out, people. But before I get into my thoughts, let me know how hyped you are for this upcoming Loki series. Again, I was able to check out episodes 1 and 2, so let me know down there, and let's get into some of the good. So this is gonna be kind of a reaction, overview, a little bit review, spoiler-free, obviously. So out of WandaVision, Falcon Winter Soldier, and Loki, just taking the first 2 episodes of each one of these, Loki right now is by far my favorite because I love sci-fi, weird, starting all of this different lore like the TVA, which you probably don't even know what that stands for yet. But I thoroughly enjoyed these first 2 episodes because, again, it ramps up that sci-fi from the atmosphere to the score to the characters to the other people we meet and whatnot. Like, the vibe essentially is feeling like it's futuristic but also retro. Like, I thought it was very much reminiscent of like how Fallout is, if you've played any of those games, where it's taking this kind of retro 50s, putting it into a sci-fi futuristic setting, but there's kind of a mixture here or there. But also some of the comedy, some of the, kind of other things that I won't spoil, very much feel kind of the humor of like a Ratchet and Clank game. If you've played any of those, you'll obviously know, but it's very much kind of cheeky, very cartoony and whatnot, but also a little bit serious as well. So I thoroughly enjoyed all of that for sure, but the way that this is expanding out, again, episodes 1 and 2, that's all I've seen. But what we've seen so far, or what I have seen so far, I'm loving this different take on this character because we're going to get a lot more of Loki. We already did, but then we're also going to get a lot more of the world and obviously the branching timelines. And essentially, this is a live action what if series so far, or what I'm thinking is going to happen. If any of that interests you, it did for me, so I am on board for that. But like I said, Loki, Tom Hiddleston, we're getting more of him. I think that that's going to be a highlight for a lot of people who were fans of that character. You're getting a lot more of him. But his companion, or essentially buddy cop type thing, because this goes on a kind of a time adventure buddy cop type movie. It's not a movie. I mean, each episode is like 50 minutes, so it does feel like a movie. But Owen Wilson, as the guy that is kind of his chaperone or buddy right now, I think that their chemistry works so well. It does feel like that 80s buddy cop era where these two, not seeing eye to eye, were put together, and then they, through the first couple episodes, you see them really jiving together. So I'm curious on where that kind of relationship will go. But just Owen Wilson as himself, throwing the mustache on, thoroughly enjoyed him as well. Oh, and I cannot forget about the score, the music, the almost atmosphere that is set up through this. Again, like I said, it was very much kind of retro sci-fi. It's very eerie, kind of Twilight Zone-esque music. Even the intro is very much Twilight Zone as well. So I loved how it very much, again, solidifies that tone throughout this. So if you're liking sci-fi, kind of that, what I'm saying here, you're going to enjoy it. It's very like old school sci-fi, like I said, Twilight Zone, but they are not shying away from licensing some music out and whatnot, because one of the first 2 episodes, they dropped essentially like an 80s song that I think very much fits. Curious what they'll do on the future episodes, but I loved how it fit in, and it very much kind of ramped up that fun factor as well. Now, if I had to knock Loki, the first 2 episodes, for anything, I would say that it's maybe exposition, a little explaining, kind of a little bit slow pacing potentially of setting up the first episode. Again, these are 50-minute episodes right now, so I understand that they're trying to, I think, set up everything in the front end and then be like, go, have a good time, have an entertaining time, watch as as these characters go off into these different eras and have to kind of fix the timeline. So I think I'm going to give it a pass here, but I will understand that if people are watching episode 1 on week 1, you might have some complaints as like, well, nothing happened, they're just talking the whole time. Don't worry, wait until episode 2, and I'm sure the episode's moving forward. Overall, Loki, I'm so glad to get back to, one, the MCU, but this Loki show right now is exactly what I'm looking for, of sci-fi, creepy, weird, a little bit fun, buddy cops going through time into seeing characters or timelines that we never would see in like the main storyline. Again, kind of a what if. I'm not gonna necessarily rate these first 2 episodes. Basically, if you are a fan of the MCU, the fan of Loki, or any kind of sci-fi, time traveling show where you're seeing some weirdness that's a little out of the ordinary, you're going to love this. If anything I just said is going to be a turnoff, you're not going to like it. You're just not going to like Loki. Anyway, though, that's all of my thoughts on episodes 1 and 2 of Loki. Obviously, spoiler-free, but what did you think of episode 1 if you've already seen it? Or are you hyped for this new Loki show coming to Disney Plus this Wednesday or Tuesday night at 2 a.m. or Wednesday morning, whatever time zone you're in? I want to know in the comments down below, but be sure to stay tuned to this channel. Obviously, we're going to have spoiler breakdowns every single week. I'm gonna drink a lot of coffee and stay up, so stay tuned for all of that. But otherwise, like this video, subscribe to the JBuck Studios channel, watch a video up there, watch a video over there, I don't know, follow my TikTok, do something, people, because I put a lot of time into this, so please, just give me some love back. Anyway, though, enjoy Loki, and I'll talk to you guys next time.